Mommy, what's that?
What's what, dear?
That orange blob thing.
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a sea slug? That's a sea cucumber. An orange-footed sea cucumber, to be exact.
Really? Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. I'm not too familiar with Of course, there are sea slugs in the tank by the right of the main entrance after you pay for admission. That is, if you decide to take that way out when you're done. Though that tends to annoy the staff as it causes buildup by the entrance with people trying to get in and out at the same time. Of course. Well, thanks again for... Though I don't remember what type they are, but they're very different from sea cucumbers, both in behavior and appearance. For instance, they have sensory tentacles on their head, and they're usually smaller than sea cucumbers. Right. In addition, unlike sea slugs, some sea cucumbers will actually expel their organs.
What does expel mean?
Well, it means... It means they shoot their stomach out of their mouth or anus as a defense mechanism, similar to how a bee stings.
What? It should...
Come on now. It's alright. It's just nature, dearie. It doesn't hurt them, okay? Now, let's go look at the otters. I know you were so excited to see them earlier. Oh, ma'am, you're going the wrong way. The otter exhibit is... the other door. Oh well, I'll suppose they'll figure it out. Eventually. Another one, huh? Is it soda this time? I suppose that's better than the coffee from last week. It's more sticky, but I prefer that over the smell. And besides, I always worry about dairy lingering in the mop, especially after that fiasco we had with the milkshakes last summer. I don't understand why my parents allow guests to bring drinks in here in the first place. Well, we should only allow water then. Besides, people are truly thirsty, soda will only accelerate it. Maybe I can convince him when he takes over. That reminds me, you've only been here for about 5 months, correct? Close enough. But you haven't met my brother yet, have you? You're not missing much, unfortunately. He's, a bit gullible, like my parents. But Rich is also a bit more sensible. He's currently down south finishing his master's program. Once he's all done, he'll move back home and slowly start to take over the aquarium, so you should prepare yourself. Oh, I'll join you. But, you look tense. Don't worry, it's not like he's fickle. He's just a bit naive is all. He's not very good at delegating and doesn't perform well under stress. You'll see it during tourist season. He'll run around like a beheaded chicken. I suppose he inherited that from our mother. But don't worry. He'll appreciate you. You're reliable and diligent. A good employee, despite your lack of education. No need to look so bashful. It's only natural. Not everyone is meant for college. Hell, I'd even advise that most aren't. It should be held to a higher standard. Too many people attend and it gets treated like a glorified daycare for young adults. In turn, the cost of tuition rises and the significance of a degree gets watered down. It's absolutely pathetic. A waste of money and time. People are too naive. They fall into this great trap. We need more people to pursue lower entry positions or even the trades. We need more people like you to... Are you okay? You look tired. You're lying, aren't you? Why? Is something wrong? Did something happen? Is it the job? Do you feel disrespected? I can ask my parents to give you a raise if you'd like. You're one of our best. No, it's no trouble at all, really. I can convince them to give you a raise and... It's not necessary? Why not? You're leaving. Well, I suppose it was bound to happen. This job is rather temporary. But, if you don't mind me asking, why? Was it the pay? The hours? My mom? I understand, and I hope the best for you. Though, I'll admit, I'll miss you. This is a bit embarrassing, but believe it or not, I do enjoy your company. You have quite the calming presence. But, since you're all done with the mop bucket, can you help me with something real quick? It won't take long, I just need some help carrying one of the containment tanks. Thanks, I truly appreciate it. This saves me from having to wait for my parents, and who knows how long that'll take. Yeah, my parents. Where we're going is off limits to the lot of you. Just an old office of sorts. Though I'd be embarrassed to address it as such. It's merely where all of the paperwork, cash box, and extra equipment is kept. We don't allow other people to enter anymore. Not after one of the members of the custodial team was asking some rather intrusive questions. Yeah, I don't believe you ever met one, but he was asking questions such as the value of some of the tanks and our most expensive animals, in addition to asking about our security cameras. Anyways, long story short, he no longer works here, obviously. He was a new hire and magically vanished after his questionable interrogation. My guess is he was in desperate need of some instant cash, and when he realized he couldn't get it here, he gave up and left. See, this is what I mean. Absolutely embarrassing. I guess that's the only perk of you leaving. The expectations are lowered. Though, part of me still wishes you didn't have to see this. Thanks for agreeing to help. Here we go. The tank. Oh gosh, you can barely see it with all this clutter. I'd lead the way, but you're stronger than me. So go ahead and, I guess, maneuver your way over to it. It's fine. Usually my brother or father would be in this position, but sometimes you have to make do with what we have. That's right. Sometimes we have to make do with what we have. Oh my goodness. Calm down. No need to be so dramatic. It was just a little shock. I thought you were tougher than that. What a shame. I'm usually pretty spot on with how you all react to the taser. No. What do you think I was doing? Playing tag? You think I'd waste my time with you? No. Of course not. Calm down. Now pick your next words and actions carefully before I gag that mouth of yours. Understood? How persistent, how annoying, how... Don't look at me like that. This is entirely your fault. I warned you. And I'm warning you again. Move and I'll puncture an artery. Stay still and I won't. Your pick, bait. Fine. Your funeral, either way. So dramatic. Since you're clearly ignorant, I'll walk you through it. Yes, the pain is normal. You'll begin sweating and feeling dizzy. Anticipate having difficulty breathing. Stressing will only make it worse. Where did that relaxed demeanor of yours go, I thought you worked well under stress. Didn't you include that in your resume? Though I'll admit, it is a shame. I did like you. You were tolerable. And your face is rather harmonious. It's not in vain to say that you had potential. Potential to support me and the aquarium, and potential to sustain the health and excellency of our animals. Well, only some of them, that is. Though, even for those who won't be consuming you, they rely on those who will due to the shared ecosystem. So I suppose you'll be helping those ones as well, such as the... Oh, that's right. I didn't follow protocol. I was supposed to tell you first. My bad. It was supposed to be taste, explanation, and then venom. You're making this unnecessarily difficult. And seize the wincing already. It's distracting. Anywho, you're aware of our reputation, the amount of effort we put in for our exhibits and our animals. Yes, the animals, and the excellent and pristine condition they're in. And it's all thanks to you. Or that's what I'm supposed to say. In truth be told, yes, you are a great candidate due to your rather tasteful body and health. You have a great combination of fat and muscle that will be beneficial, in addition to your size. You will support the growth and development of our beloved animals. However, you weren't selected because you're special, so don't think that. It was merely a situation of the right place at the right time. You're still wincing. I suppose I should give you some closure. Maybe you'll stop whining as much. Or maybe you'll begin crying. Most people tend to scream into their bags at that point. You know N, our beloved stonefish. A great mother indeed. We are quite proud of the eggs she has produced. The quality is so good we actually sell them internationally, but I digress. You're fully aware of stonefish venom, yes? That is, if you're paying any attention during training. I know you have difficulties with retaining information and focusing on stimuli that isn't, well, excessive. Given that you're still breathing, however, though rather annoyingly rapidly, you most likely have 3 hours left, maximum. 3 hours to think about your life and any other nonsense anyone else would contemplate while on their deathbed. Or I suppose death floor, technically, given your circumstances. Do you still not understand? I thought I was being transparent enough. You're dying. You're going to die in the next 3 hours. Now you're getting it. You definitely feel it, don't you? You know, the nerve receptors in your heart are being blocked right now. And isn't that tragic? You want me to pity you? Is that it? How pathetic. No one is coming. It's just you and I. Fortunately. So, Bait is writhing, crying, rapidly breathing, and sweating. I don't recall you usually being this, well, damp. And this isn't an atypical reaction. I'll include perspiration then. I wonder how swollen you're getting. We had one girl. Her name was and it was back when I was still a bit inexperienced, and she was quite rambunctious. Quite hard to maintain, actually, but I was somehow able to get her under control, surprisingly. However, I accidentally injected the venom into her neck, and that was a rather unexpected and unpleasant sight. I mean, it looked like she had no neck. It was just like her head and then her shoulders, and so purple. It was so red and it was oozing, and I prefer not to deal with that mess. But I'm quite curious to what your side looks like at this given moment. I bet it's warm and smooth and nicely swollen. I wonder if it's all over your side, if it's spread to your back or your stomach. I guess there's only one way to find out, huh? Oh, look at that. You always know how to meet my expectations, don't you? That looks painful. I wonder what will happen if I... Ooh, does that hurt? You have no idea. Your skin is changing color rather quickly. The cells in your tissue are being destroyed. It's quite remarkable, isn't it? The color, the shape, how it's forming. It's beautiful. You're beautiful. I'm glad you decided to put in your 2 weeks. You're going to help us tremendously. I'm ecstatic to see how the animals react to you. I know they'll love it. I wonder if I will too. I've never dared to try any of the baits before. The thought never even crossed my mind. But perhaps I'll make an exception for you. Oh, seizing already? How disappointing. Well, I suppose it's better than hearing you scream into that gag. Just don't choke on your tongue, alright? There's still plenty of me for me to explore of you. Now, let's see where else that swelling has spread.